figured we would finish talking out the conversation about what happened at Hamilton, and we said, well, hey, we know a whole new way to sort of do with this. So when Brandon Victor Dixon made his plea to Vice President-elect Mike Pence, who attended the show, well, you take a look, you see what you think.
Vice President-elect Pence, we welcome you and we truly thank you for joining us here at Hamilton, an American Musical. We really do. We, sir, we are the diverse America who are alarmed and anxious that your new administration will not protect us, our planet, our children, our parents, or defend us and uphold our inalienable rights, sir. But we truly hope that this show has inspired you to uphold our American values and to work on behalf of all of us. All of us.
So please welcome Brandon Victor Dixon. It's Friday night, you're getting in the wardrobe, somebody comes and says, Vice President's coming to see the show.
Elect.
Yes.
Yes. Vice President-elect
That's right.
is coming to see the show. What happens then?
Well, you know, actually, I received the call a little earlier in the day, but, you know, we, as a group, the producers and the creators, came up with what we thought the message we wanted to deliver from the show and the cast would be, and we shared it with everybody, and then everybody kind of made their comments and contributions, and then we decided that it was important for us to take the stage and to let our message be heard, and I'm glad we did, and I'm very grateful to Vice President-elect Mike Pence for staying there and listening to what we had to say. I'm also grateful for his words yesterday, his response to it. It's encouraging. And I appreciate it. We all do.
I thought he was walking out while you were talking. But did he start walking out?
He was walking out and then he stopped.
And then he stopped.
And then he stopped. Then he turned and he listened.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Now, you encouraged people to post this event on social media. You got 15 million hits, I understand.
I did not count, but it's lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what do you want people to learn from that event, from what you did?
I want people
to see.
The thing that's been most resonant for me is recognizing that there's clearly people out there feeling need to know that they are not alone in their desire to have their voices heard, in their desire to be recognized for who they are, their feelings, the people they love, their loved ones, and you know, because of the divisive nature of our whole election cycle, we've come on the other side of the election now, and people really feel, a lot of people are feeling threatened or disenfranchised. They're very anxious because it's a transitional time, and transitional times are inherently unexpected. You know, there are uncertainties. And so what we really wanted to do, we felt we had an opportunity. Our show is unique in that it is an intrinsically American story told by the people who make up the fabric of America. We literally define what makes us such an extraordinary country. I look around this room at the beautiful different faces, the different shapes and the sizes, and that is why our show has become such a global phenomenon, and we recognize the responsibility of that, the responsibility we have as artists and as cultural figures to comment on our politics. Look, our politics, our entertainment, you know, these divisions we create are really, they're fictions.
Yeah.
You know, we are living lives, and we are living lives with one another, and so when we have an opportunity to speak with one another, when we have an opportunity to speak with our elected representatives, you must seize that opportunity.
That's right.
President-elect Pence was booed by the audience, not by the cast, by the audience.
He was cheered by some of them.
By some of them, when he walked into the theater with his daughter, and he said he was not offended by what you said, but Donald Trump was. He responded with several tweets that said, our wonderful future VP Mike Pence was harassed last night at the theater by the cast of Hamilton, cameras blazing. This should not happen. Then he tweeted, the cast and producers of Hamilton, which I hear is highly overrated, should immediately apologize to Mike Pence for their terrible behavior.
What is he, a theater critic now?
Well, you know, he also said,
How many hats does he have to
Was he
wear?
harassed? Was he harassed?
oh, he was certainly not harassed, and I think he spoke to that yesterday. The Vice President-elect, he said he wasn't harassed, and he didn't feel like he was. And in fact, I think he said that he whispered to his family members when the booing and the cheering was going on. He said, "This is what freedom sounds like," and he's absolutely correct. We don't have to agree. We don't have to agree, and we have the ability to express our feelings, but we all have to live together. That's the point. We all have to live together, and you know, Donald. He did say one thing that I did read, and after watching the video, you know, he's right. I should have memorized that thing. He's right. He's right. I was looking at it and I was looking down too often. I got fix that.
Well, you know what? We're memorizing your face right now because you're sticking around, and we're going to be right back.
We are back with Brandon Victor Dixon. Brandon, I have to ask, there are a lot of people, and I happen to be in this group, that don't disagree with what you said. Yeah, I actually really appreciated the statement. I have some issues of my own with Mike Pence's policies, so I appreciate freedom of speech, but I didn't feel, and many agree, that that was the place to do it. And the reason is, when you walk into the theater, a lot of us want to leave politics behind and all be united in our appreciation of you and your talent. That's a moment for us all to be together. Right. What's your response to people who say that wasn't the time or the place?
If people are coming to see Hamilton to leave their politics behind, you came to the wrong show.
Jedediah, they saw the show. He saw the show.
That's true, but
it wasn't in the middle of the show.
I'm going to tell you, if I came to see Hamilton, I would want to leave what I do here behind. I wouldn't want to go as Jedediah Beale, a political commentator. I would want to go as Jedediah Beale, a lover of the theater, and hope that we're all together.
I understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
If you run for the executive office, though, I hope you know that will change.
Well, we'll see. When I do it, we'll see.
Our politicians, they campaign for the opportunity to hear from us. Now, yes, if we had stopped our show, if we had, but you know, we felt that there was a way for us to do it that would be respectful. Now, obviously, you make a decision and you step forward, and I think the way it was received and the way everybody responded, the way he responded, is a testament to the fact that it was an appropriate time and place. And I think it's also important to understand, I mean, like what we mentioned earlier, at the end of the show, we step out and we talk about the issues that are important to us. Now, that usually takes the form of raising money for a particular organization or charity, but it's raising money for organizations that represent the diverse group of Americans that we love and support. And when you have a platform like Hamilton, and when you know how much people are drawn to it, and Hamilton has been very active in getting people registered to vote and getting them out there, and when you see the high levels of emotion that this election has created, if you have an opportunity to reach out and to just say, we are loved, we can be loved, we can share love, I think it's important to do it. I think that it was, again, I'm really grateful that he didn't have to remain to listen to the message, but Vice President-elect Pence, he did stay.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm
Why is Trump so mad?
And he responded the next day, very classy, saying, I heard you.
Why do you think Trump is so angry, though? He's ticked off about this.
I mean, show and couldn't get tickets.
What about Trump? What do you say to that?
I don't know that we have enough time to try and delve into the psychology of President-elect Trump. I don't know him. I don't know why he looked at it the way that he looked at it. And I can't speak for him, but we would love for him to come see the show.
Yeah.
And we would love to speak to him about it.
You have an amazing platform with what you're doing. President Obama has said to all of us that we should give the new administration a chance, but there are so many people that are still angry. What advice would you give those people as to how to handle that, how their voices can be heard?
I say, shed your tears, because listening to and responding to your emotions is important, and then release your fears. I think one thing to understand is that, you know, the executive branch is significant, it's powerful, but in a lot of respects, when it comes to our lives, I mean, our country is vast, right? Washington is very far away from a lot of us, and social justice and social equality happens on the ground. It happens with the people next to you in your communities.
Yes.
And so really spend your time getting out and reaching out to the people who are around you, and then spreading that. You know, I think that is what is the most important, because if I can, proximity is how we learn from one another. That is how we grow. And you know, you can have a feeling or an opinion on somebody or something that is based largely on skewed sound bites.
Yeah.
But when you look into the eyes of another person, of another living being, the resonance of your soul inside of another is undeniable. And that is what we have to do. And that is why we had to say something. We had to stand up and we had to look at him, because I wholly believe that he will take our show, he will take the group of individuals that gave him that message, and as he moves forward and as he encounters policies and as he has to make decisions for all of us in America, he will remember us.
Right.
He will not throw away our shot.
And I'm not going to throw away your shot either. So, whatever you do, if you get the opportunity, go see Hamilton.
It's fantastic.
And also, we want to reiterate, the cast did not boo Mike Pence.
Not at all.
No.
they were not rude to Mike Pence.
Not at
and
all.
it was done and handled in the best way possible. And if you don't believe me, check and see what Mike Pence said. Not so much what his boss said, but what Mike Pence said, because that is what counts, because Mike Pence was there. You can see Brandon in Hamilton at the Richard Rodgers Theater here in New York. We encourage you to do so, and we, of course, will be right back.